Namaste, I'm Devina Gupta and this is Work Life India on the BBC. This is a special conversation with a famous Bollywood actor who's made her mark on screen with her performances in Hindi movies, but she's also making a mark off screen because of a strong stand on body weight. Her post recently on social media went viral and has prompted a conversation around body weight and how it's viewed in the Indian society. Please welcome Nimrat Kaur. Nimrat, thanks for joining us. So let's get started. First, take us through the controversy. What led to it and what prompted you to address the issues around body weight in such a public manner?
There would be that odd remark and there would be that weird stare or that kind of is she okay, what's wrong with her, and not in the most empathetic way and not in the most graceful way. Like, it was never about uh, you know the intention was a little voyeuristic and strange. So I just noticed that, and sometimes I would talk about, no, this is for a part, and this is not, I'm all right, and this is not something that I'm doing, or I have a choice, and this is why I am doing what I'm doing, and this is why I'm looking like what I'm looking like. But I think for me, the sad part sometimes was that people just felt like they had a license to comment, and they just had that permission almost to just come in and say whatever they wanted, because to them I wasn't physically appealing, or I didn't conform to what I normally look like. So this is what is, this is why I did the exercise I did.
Well, you've talked about these feelings in detail also, Nimrat. And I was going through your social media posts where I saw your photographs of before and after your weight gain. But what was the conversation that you were having with yourself at that time when you looked at the mirror and saw your body with those extra pounds? What did you tell yourself at that time?
I I love my food. So it was a bit of an irony that people are like, are you trying to complain about enjoying all this food? These are first world problems. But you know how it is, like when something becomes a job, in that moment it becomes tiring and exhaustive and a chore, and you're like, oh my god, do I really have to do this? Oh, another samosa, or no, another jalebi, or another whatever else.
All
But
these Indian snacks, high calorie Indian snacks.
I'm
Yes.
guilty as charged. I really did have a great time eating everything as well. I was like, Nimrat, this is your chance. This is the moment. Go for it. Live your life. Live your fantasies. I used to like have two or three desserts sometimes, one after the other. But uh, so that's the actor part, who really enjoyed
Mhm.
everything, and that too had to come to, I had to arrive at it. The girl part of me, though, had problems. I had struggles. I wasn't fitting into my clothes. I had to redesign my entire wardrobe. I had to literally put away everything that I used to wear and replace it with things that I had borrowed. I had, you know, had tailored. Because I was left with I was left with very little choices at the end of the day,
Mhm.
and it wasn't easy to see myself as me. I almost wanted to, at all points, tell myself that this is not Nimrat. This is Nimrat at work, you know. So that was my way
Okay.
of making it healthy and my way of not being uncomfortable with what I was looking like, you know, because it's and I'm being bare honest here. There is no greatness in saying that, oh, I was just so confident and I was this and that. I had my days, when I wouldn't get sleep. My joints were getting affected. Your body goes through so much as a girl anyway. So there were all kinds of things. It was a multitude of things, at all times. So there were good days and there were not so good days.
But how difficult was it to then get back to your quote unquote normal size, as you call it?
So I started working out and all of that, and then I ended up tearing my calf muscle. So what I ended up having
Mhm.
was what's called a tennis leg, apparently. And I was down with that for almost 2.5 3 months. So I was in physiotherapy sessions every day, and
My
recovering
God.
from that, it wasn't easy at all. I had to move houses, and it was crazy. That this entire time was quite a learning experience. You take your body for granted, and the things we do with it, and just basic activities like walking had become a novelty. So
Oh my God.
it's been a very slow process, and I'm still kind of regaining my physical strength back. I'm not all there yet, but it's an ongoing saga. So yeah.
Well, we wish you a healthy journey to get back on track. But what about the industry that you're part of? Um, isn't it time that the film and the entertainment industry take greater responsibility for setting unrealistic beauty standards with their song and dances, their music videos, and the way they portray women actors, especially in their films?
I'd like to believe, in fact, since I have started working, which is
Mhm.
now maybe 7 or 8 years or something like that in the industry, things have changed and shifted drastically and dramatically towards highly progressive storytelling with all kinds of people in there. Like I'd like to believe that I'm a very regular girl next door kind of a person, you see. And I was told in the beginning of my career that you don't look anything extraordinary to be on the big screen, and there were people who told me that. And I was, there were people who did randomly suggest plastic surgery to tweak this and make this better looking, and all of that kind of stuff happened to me as well when I was just introduced in the business, and when I was modeling in my advertising days. So there are those kind of people as well, but I feel like if if you believe in yourself, and if you know that what you have and what you bring to the table is beyond anything that the other people perceive you to be, or what they think you should look like, I think there's room for everyone, and I think there's room for all kinds of people, actors, stories. And if you really want to look for it, you're going to find it.
Well, before we leave you, Nimrat, then, your message to people who are conscious about the way they look and are trapped in some sort of constant beauty comparison. What's your message to those people about body acceptance and body neutrality?
That's a lovely word, actually, body neutrality. That's the first I'm hearing it. It's very nice. I feel like be the best version of yourselves at all times. And by that, I mean sleep healthy and wake up healthy. You know, uh, uh, I am in no way ever endorsing the fact that you should, uh, do whatever you want in the name of keeping your senses happy. You see, because at the end of the day, the intake of food is basically, it enthralls a sense. You get
Mm.
exhilarated. There are, hormones that are released, and it's that feeling, which we love, and that's why we eat. you know but in the name of constantly being on that sort of a trip, uh one should just respect the body we're in. I feel like what you have to respect the body you're in every way, physically, mentally, emotionally. Don't take it for granted, and make that conversation with your body as loving, nurturing, and respectful as you can. And by that, it's not only just about being comfortable in the body you inhabit. Of course, it's the top of the pyramid, because God made you a certain way. And if you look at it, if you look at your body from the point of view of someone who doesn't have a limb, or doesn't have
Mm.
all the five senses, you're living a first world life. So it's
Mm.
always contextual. So one should never take
Yeah.
your body for granted. Have the right conversations, look after your bodies. I in no way propagate that do whatever you want, in the name of just keeping yourself on some kind of a dietary high. But look after this um, temple, literally, that one has been blessed with. This is all we've got till the end of our days. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Nimrat, for joining us and sharing your experiences, and most importantly, for starting this conversation.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk about it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thanks.
Well, that was Bollywood actor Nimrat Kaur. Thank you for joining us, and do share your views on this subject. You can tweet with hashtag WorkLifeIndia or write to us at Delhi_WorkLifeIndia@bbc.co.uk. And till we meet again, it's Namaste from Davina Gupta.